This is one HOA Karen story that crossed from petty drama straight into criminal territory. What began as a neighborhood dispute ended with a court order, and when Karen decided the law didn't apply to her, the handcuffs came out fast. Before we get into it, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more HOA and Karen stories, and hit the hype button so this one reaches everyone who loves real neighborhood justice. This situation didn't start with shouting or police lights. It started months earlier with a quiet HOA neighborhood that looked peaceful on the surface. Neatly trimmed lawns, identical mailboxes, and an unspoken tension that hovered over every interaction. Karen had been part of the HOA board for years and treated the position like a personal crown. She monitored everything. Parking, noise, trash bins, visitors, even window curtains felt like her business. Her obsession eventually focused on one homeowner. He was calm, private, and followed the rules closely. That made him a threat to her authority. She couldn't intimidate him easily. Every complaint she filed against him failed. Every warning letter went nowhere. The more she lost control, the more aggressive her behavior became. She began showing up at his property uninvited. She photographed his yard. She stood near his driveway and wrote notes. She paced in front of his house as if daring him to react. Neighbors noticed. Some warned him quietly. Others avoided getting involved, hoping the storm would pass. It didn't. One afternoon, Karen crossed a line that couldn't be ignored. She entered his property without permission and tampered with his outdoor equipment, claiming HOA violations that didn't exist. Security cameras captured everything. The homeowner finally took action. He filed a formal complaint and sought legal protection. The court reviewed the evidence quickly. The footage was clear. Witness statements supported the pattern of harassment. The judge issued a restraining order. Karen was legally required to stay away from the homeowner and his property. No visits, no contact, no surveillance, no excuses. The neighborhood thought that would be the end of it. Karen thought differently. For a short time, she disappeared. Her daily patrol stopped. The street felt calmer. The homeowner finally relaxed, believing the law had done its job. But Karen was never someone who accepted limits. She believed rules applied only when she agreed with them. Late one evening, the homeowner received a motion alert from his security system. The camera feed showed Karen standing at the edge of his property line. She wasn't lost, she wasn't passing by, she was watching the house. Her posture was deliberate, calculated. She stepped closer, ignoring the invisible boundary set by the court. Over the next few days, she returned repeatedly. Sometimes she stood across the street, sometimes she crept closer, sometimes she left objects near the driveway, as if marking territory. Each appearance was recorded. Each violation was documented. The restraining order meant nothing to her ego. The homeowner contacted authorities and provided the footage. The violation was clear. This wasn't accidental, this wasn't misunderstanding. It was defiance. Officers were dispatched the next time Karen appeared. She showed up mid-morning, confident as ever. She walked straight toward the property, phone in hand, ready to assert control like she always had. What she didn't expect was the patrol car already parked nearby, waiting. The officers stepped in as she crossed the restricted boundary. The moment was calm, controlled, and final. Her confidence evaporated when reality set in. The restraining order was read, the evidence was confirmed, the violation was undeniable. This time, there were no warnings. The handcuffs came out. Neighbors watched from windows and porches, stunned by the scene unfolding in broad daylight. The same woman who once threatened fines and violations was now being escorted to a police car. Phones recorded, whispers spread. Years of unchecked behavior caught up to her in a single moment. Karen's arrest wasn't dramatic. It was procedural, professional, exact. The law didn't raise its voice, it simply acted. The homeowner felt relief more than satisfaction. He didn't celebrate, he didn't gloat. He finally felt safe. The court order had teeth, and the message was clear. Harassment doesn't become acceptable just because someone thinks they're in charge. Karen spent the night in custody. Charges for violating a court order were filed. The seriousness of the offense shocked many neighbors who had underestimated how far she had gone. This wasn't HOA drama anymore. This was criminal behavior. The HOA board responded quickly. An emergency notice was issued. Karen was permanently removed from her position. Access to HOA records was revoked. Her authority vanished overnight. The same rules she once abused now were enforced against her. Court proceedings followed. The judge reviewed the footage again. The repeated violations removed any doubt. Penalties were imposed, fines were issued, additional restrictions were added. The consequences were real and unavoidable. The neighborhood changed after that. People felt safer walking outside. Guests visited without fear. Delivery drivers stopped avoiding the street. The quiet tension lifted. It became clear how much fear and stress one person had created through unchecked power. Karen's house went silent. Curtains stayed closed. Her presence faded from daily life. When neighbors saw her again, it was brief and distant. No more confrontations, no more surveillance, just the weight of consequences. The homeowner installed no new cameras. He didn't need to. The law had done what arguments never could. It set boundaries and enforced them. This story spread beyond the neighborhood. It became a cautionary tale. HOA authority has limits. Personal entitlement does not override the law. Court orders are not suggestions. For anyone watching this right now, remember that silence doesn't mean consent, and harassment doesn't become legal through persistence. There is always a line, and once it's crossed, the consequences can arrive faster than expected. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe for more HOA and Karen stories, and hit the hype button to keep these real neighborhood dramas coming. And don't forget to comment which country you're watching from.